How's it going, everybody? Nick Daniels here yet again with another little rant video, topic video. Change of scenery today. We're gonna sit in the little wood tent here for a quick minute. I gotta bring some of this in anyway, so you know what? Change the scenery. Now this isn't gonna be one of those really stupid motivational speeches, but it's something that I was thinking about this morning that I kind of want to talk about here. So a couple years ago, where I was working at Sobeys, there was an old fella. It's about when I first started, actually, probably about the first year into the company, and I honestly was kind of liking it, right? Like I said, you know, this isn't bad. It's an easy job. I got actually the benefits were coming, and by far those are actually some decent benefits. And there was an older fella, like I don't know how old, maybe 60s, I guess. I don't know, 50, 60. And he was up on break with me, and we're just chatting. And I said something about how much I was eating like a week, like how much I spent on food in a week. And I'm like, oh, like 100, 200 bucks. I don't know, or in a month, sorry, in a month. You know, maybe $100, $200, right? Like, I don't know, something like that, probably 200. And he looked at me, and this is what he told me, and I'll tell you this right now, like, there's no corny music playing, you know, there's nothing, it's not one of these, that fucking 100% of everybody else does. But he said that I was existing and I wasn't living, right? And I told him he was wrong, because, you know, this is kind of where I wanted to be. And the food comment sparked it, but it was more or less about where I was working. And I don't think I took from his point of view as an older gentleman trying to give me advice. I think what he was trying to do was he made a mistake by staying there, and he didn't want me to do the same thing. Now, of course, I was like 18, you know, I didn't really see what he was talking about. And upon my video of yesterday, I do believe, where I talked about my Walmart interview, unfortunately, actually it was like right after that video, so like 20 minutes later at most, I actually received an email saying I didn't get it. They've selected somebody else. And as usual, I was like, fuck, man, like, come on, like, I'm applying to every fucking company, and every interview, it just doesn't go. I don't know why. And you know what? At the end of the day, I realized something. I thought about something. Who cares? Right? You know, my neighbor here, he gave me some good advice as well, because if you don't know, I graduate from my program in about 5 months. And then, you know, I'm out the door. I'm in IT. Or I can take the path of just being unemployed. At the current moment I am, which has actually been really weird, which we'll talk about that in a quick second. Or I can go get a part-time job and do what a lot of people do, and then maybe get a job in the diploma that I achieve or not. Now, that's not an option. I have put my foot down on that pretty fast, and I have openly admitted that I will be going straight into IT, and that is the plan. There is really no fucks about that. It's just I'm going into IT, and I don't care what people say. And again, my neighbor gave me this advice. It was great. He didn't word this exactly, but it's what it took from what he told me. Is don't worry about applying to part-time jobs. He says just start applying right now for real jobs. And what he means by a real job is when I graduate, I should already have a job guaranteed in that field. That's what he's trying to get me to do. Start looking past a part-time employment and start looking for something full-time in a company that I can make way more money at and be way more happier. It was on LinkedIn the other day. Somebody I have a connection with there, he put a post on there, and he asked, he's like, just kind of open to whoever, right? And he's like, comment, what do you guys think, or girls, about what makes you happy, you know, or feel welcome on a workplace environment. And I put, what was it? I don't think I put accountability, but that's still actually a decent one. But it's being welcomed, like being a part of the team, like actually knowing you have value in an organization, and recognition. Both of those go hand in hand. If you get recognition, you feel more valuable in a company, which means you want to do more. When you want to do more, you're realizing that you're going to get recognized for that work, and it makes you feel good and more important in a company. And that's what I commented right away. And actually, again, my neighbor liked that comment. I guess he must have read that. And I mean, I'm speaking from the heart, man. I got experience. And that's where I come at of 25 years. I've been working for 10 years. You know, pretty much straight. A couple of points in there, there's either been 2 jobs or school and a job. The 2 jobs thing, I had a full-time job and Sobeys, so I worked about, I usually worked anywhere from about 60 to 70 hours a week. It's brutal, but I made a lot of money. Point I'm saying is all of a sudden these last 2 weeks I haven't had an actual job. Like, literally today, I woke up, I studied 2 chapters of a textbook for my A+ certification, which I've talked about. There's 20 chapters in a book, and I'm doing a chapter a day, right? That's the way I do it. I study a chapter, I review the chapter, so I know the chapter. I don't just try to cram it all in as soon as I can. And then I played Guild Wars 2 for like an hour and a half. And you know what? I'm having a good time. This is it, man. I'm gonna sleep in a little bit, enjoy this little bit of time, go back to school, and then right when I'm back in school, I'm on the job hunt. There's a couple job conferences I'll be going to, job expos, that I'll be putting myself out there and trying to see if I can get some full-time employment, possibly a work term, maybe paid. If it was paid, I'd be really happy. Currently, don't have a job. That'd be a little nice. But I have enough money to make it through the 5 months guaranteed with some extra money. I just need to stick to a concise plan. So I've already budgeted myself at a certain amount of money per month. And honestly, I really feel like I can pull it off. And I already am. So that kind of being said, I don't know what else to say there, folks, but maybe I'll talk about the A+ thing there real quick. So there's a textbook we got in our first year of IT, so information technology. This textbook covers everything you need to know for 2 exams, and when you write both exams and you pass them within 80%, which both in total will cost you about $400, and it's about an hour and a half away for me to go somewhere and write these. Then I get a certification which is called your CompTIA A+. So it's like your general know-how. It's like a little bit of everything in computers. It's like your hardware, your software, your other operating systems, security, troubleshooting, that kind of stuff. It's all of that. So that's really good, and especially for an entry-level position, which I would be going for, or like a junior, right? Like something where you're just fresh into the market. That is going to be perfect, and none of my classmates are going for it. Right? No one's even talked about it. So if I have that and I get that one up over somebody, the chances of me getting employment over them is a little higher. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.